Hey guys, it is day 5 of 5. Are you guys ready for this? We started with a plain cabinet. It was just a mid-century brown cabinet. And now we have a beautiful piece. Right now, I am going to answer questions that were left over from yesterday. First, some friends have asked, how do I know which end of the paintbrush to use? I try one, and if it doesn't work, I use the other one. What else was it? If I were a tree, what kind of tree would I be? A dogwood, because I love them. And is a top coat a trench coat? If you wear a water repellent top coat, it is. And I think that's it. Okay, so now that I've answered all the questions that I had from yesterday from my friends Sandy and Ellen, I am going to answer some questions that customers sent me. We like to be silly, so y'all have to excuse it. These brushes are the angled shorty chalk pro brushes. Some of you guys had asked me about them. I just got a new shipment in today. So if you order today, I've got plenty of them. I don't know if I'll have them tomorrow, but I can tell you I've got plenty of them. Another thing I got in today, I got in Mr. bottles, and they are $9.95, and I got in paint pixie brushes. I got another shipment of those in. So if you guys order today, I've got them today. Another couple of questions that I got was some people had gone on the Dixie Belle Paint website and they couldn't find the new colors. The retailers have the new colors right now. If you don't want to buy from a local retailer, then you'll just have to wait till it hits the Dixie Belle page. But Dixie Belle loves us retailers, so they let us get them, and it gives us a chance to sell the colors before Dixie Belle puts it on their website. So if you're looking for the 4 new colors, which are coffee bean, farmhouse green, in the navy, and aubergine, well, then you will have to wait if you don't want to buy from a retailer. Oh, good, Laura. Did everything get there okay? I do ship all over. Also, these things will not be at Dixie Belle yet. These 2 colors of the Voodoo Gel Stain are not there yet. So, if you guys are looking for those, I am so sorry. Dixie Belle doesn't have them on the website yet, but the retailers do. So, now we're going to chat about our piece we've been working on. I put up the picture of it in the sunlight because when my friend got here last night after my live, she was dumbfounded at how pretty it has turned out. And she said the live just didn't do it justice. So I took a picture of it in the sunlight today. I dragged this cabinet outside so you guys could see it and see what it was like last night and compared to tonight. Now, I still have got a little bit more work to do on this side, but it's really turning out well. But I'm going to review what we did so that anybody that missed the first 4 lives, they're caught up with us. The first night, all we did was clean it with our White Lightning Cleaner, which, of course, I am not prepared. Oh, there it is. White Lightning Cleaner. It is a granular cleaner, and I'm on Android, so it won't let me flip it around so you can see it. So we cleaned it, okay? We cleaned it with White Lightning Cleaner. Come on. We cleaned it with White Lightning Cleaner and got rid of the residue, and then we painted it. The second night, we dry brushed it. And that's the night that we put the rest of it on there. The first night, we started off with drop cloth and sandbar. Those are the 2 colors that we painted on it the first night. The second night, we put on farmhouse green, which for those of you who have ordered from me, admit it, it's fabulous, isn't it? No, I hate iPhones, but thanks. And then we dry brushed farmhouse green, we dry brushed driftwood, and we dry brushed a mixture of vintage duck egg and Savannah mist. So that was night 2. That's what we did on the 3rd night. Night 2. So then on the 3rd night, we distressed. We did a lot of distressing around here. We chemically distressed, we wet distressed, and we dry distressed. So we got our little distressing done. Then last night is when we pulled out the gilding wax. And we put some black gilding wax. We put our new turquoise gilding wax and our hammered copper gilding wax on there to give it a little zhuzh. You know, we wanted it to be fabulous. So we added some drama and everything, but we can't forget about our grunge gray wax and our white wax. Now keep in mind, if you're taking notes, if you put the gray wax on and white back and then put the white wax over it, it gives you a little bit of a marbleized effect. That's just a beginner kind of thing that you guys can know, and you know what? Other beginners won't know. Now, was all of this necessary? No. But seriously, if we had just gone on here, cleaned it and threw some paint on there and threw a top coat on, how boring a week would that have been, right? And nothing took it didn't take a skill set. I showed you last night, we just smeared that wax on willy-nilly and wiped it off and then threw our gilding wax on there, and there you go, right? Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Okay, keep in mind, we're still looking for our local retailer, and if your local retailer isn't close or you need one, I'm your girl. I'll be happy to ship to you. So, last night, we got it to this point. Because I used so much wax on this piece, I can't top coat it tonight. And the reason I can't top coat it tonight is because even though wax stays wet longer and gives you a longer work time and open time kind of thing, you can't put a top coat over it right away because it needs about 48 to 72 hours to dry in, to cure and everything. But that doesn't mean we're not going to top coat. I promised you top coating chat. We're going to chat about it and we're going to top coat because I have a farmhouse green door that we're going to top coat tonight. Okay, but we've got to talk about top coats before we even can use them. Dixie Belle does not require a top coat. Okay, so if I want to leave this just like this, well, thank you, Sharon. That's sweet. If I want to leave this just like this, it doesn't need anything else. Nothing at all. But if I want to top coat, which normally I do top coat, just because, I don't know if you guys know, but I rescue Mastiffs. I have 4 of them in the house. So I have 600 pounds of dog in the house. They're messy. Just gonna tell you. So I like for things to be scrubbable. This finish right here isn't as scrubbable as I would like for it to be. So I'm going to top coat. But did you know that Dixie Belle has 3 different just basic top coats? They have, I'm not good at juggling, they have a flat top coat, they have a satin top coat, and they have a glossy top coat. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. The glossy top coat is not super glossy like black lacquer glossy, but it's a little shinier than I like. Most of my customers like satin, but I'm very partial to the flat top coat. So I really like their top coats. The one I use the most though is their water repellent top coat, which is gator hide. And guess what? Now gator hide even comes in an 8 ounce. Gator hide, Slick Stick, and Boss now come in an 8 ounce. Now, I don't know if they have that on the website, but your local retailers do. Oh yeah, girl, you have no idea how much hair Mastiffs can shed. You just can't even imagine. So, all of those top coats can be applied the same way. You can use your brushes like these. Remember the ones that we were just talking about. You can use the brushes like these. You can use your paint pixie brush, preferably one that doesn't already have paint in it. You can use your paint pixie brush. See, a lot of your local retailers already have these new products. You can use your Klingon brush, which mine seems to be wandering around. You can use your Klingon brush, but you know what I use a lot of the time? I use this, a synthetic silk, I don't know why I can't say that, a synthetic silk sponge. And this is my fancy tray that I put it in. A nice plastic coated paper plate. And you know why I do that? Because I don't want to contaminate the rest of my gator hide that I have in my container. So what I do is I take my synthetic sponge and I put it in warm water and I let it sit in warm water for about 10 minutes the first time I use it. Then I squeeze it out, okay? Get all the water out of it so it's just damp. You don't want it squishy wet. You just want it a little damp, okay? And then you take your piece, and like I say, we're not going to put the clear coat on this one tonight because I've got so much wax on there. It needs time to cure. And when you get your sponge, you just get your sponge. Just get that much on there. Wipe it on the edge of your plate or whatever, and I just put it on there. You don't have to be real particular with it. You just kind of put it on there. Now, I will tell you, if you let it puddle in these little crevices, you can get a little bit of a yellow. Come on. You can get a little bit of a yellow. Sorry, guys, we've got a storm going through, and it's kind of playing havoc with my signal, I think. So, just that quickly, we have done the door with the sponge, okay? You don't have to worry about anything. There's nothing to it. Once my wax is cured, yes, in 48 to 72 hours, girl, I will clear coat the heck out of this piece. I will probably put a flat clear coat on it because that's just what I like. But like I say, I don't have to. Somebody asked what BOSS was. BOSS is short for blocks, odors, and stains. And I had it in here last night, but I think I put it back on the shelf. So it blocks odors and stains. So if you've got a piece that's been in a house with a smoker or been in somebody's barn and it smells musty, or maybe your grandmother had mothballs in it, BOSS it. Absolutely. Okay, so you guys saw how quickly I told you tonight we are doing clear coat. I don't know if you can see, but you can see that we have clear coated this piece. And there's our sponge. We've clear coated it. It's all set, and it dries very quickly. It's like the rest of the Dixie Belle line. It dries very quickly. But you know what else we've got to address? What is this beautiful thing missing? She is missing her jewelry. She is missing her hardware. This is a French provincial piece. I think it's Ethan Allen because I'm kind of a furniture snob sometimes. And these are the original handles. They're just, your plain ones. So you know what we're going to take to doll up her jewelry with? The same beautiful gilding wax that we put on our door last night. We're going to use it to fix this up. All you need is another one of your cute little brushes. I love these things. They're fabulous. And since we used our hammered copper, hey Tracy, and since we used our hammered copper on our piece, guess what we're going to do? We're going to use hammered copper on this. Now, I want you to see how quickly. Look can you see where I've already just started putting that on there? Oh, yeah, Ethan Allen makes great furniture, don't they, Dar? Okay, so we're going to just take your brush, and you're just going to brush it on there. And you think, wow, that seems too easy. It is really that easy. You just need to update that hardware a little bit. And y'all know me well enough to know we're not just going to put a little bit of this hammered copper on here. Heck no. Heck to the no. We are not going to just put hammered copper on here because why? That would be boring. This is a basics class, but just because it's basic, we don't want it to be boring. Basic doesn't have to be boring. That's why we're doing this class. Because if you guys do it like this and somebody sees your finish, they're going to think, wow. And you just took a basics online class and they're not going to know the difference, right? Okay, so here is our beautiful piece of hardware. Now look at that. Can you see the little shimmer that we've put on that? And here is our crusty old one. See how much nicer it looks? So much nicer. But what top coat would I use? I love flat top coats. But if I need a scrubbable finish, I use gator hide. Every single time. That I can promise you. Those of you who requested the brochures, those of you who requested color charts and how-to booklets, I sent them all out today. So everybody should be getting. What top coat would I use on kitchen cabinets? Girl, I've been spraying cabinets all day long today with gator hide. I have 3 kitchens right now that I am either in the process of or getting ready to start. And I always use Gator Hide on my kitchens. Gator Hide gives you a scrubbable finish. Thank you, Tracy. All right, so see, there it is with just our hammered copper, but that's not really enough. I thought about using our beautiful new blue, but we're not. We're not going to use our beautiful new blue. You know why? Because this one hasn't been in the rotation. We're pulling it in. We're calling it in from the lower leagues. We are going to pull in our green patina. You know why? Because this piece is so awesome, but we distressed it. So now we're going to take a little bit of our green patina and we're going to throw it on this hardware so that it kind of looks like our hardware is aged a little bit. We want it to look like this copper is aging right before your very eyes. So we're going to put a little bit of our green. You can go crazy with it if you want to. I don't care because I do. I love it. I mean, this stuff is the bomb diggity. If you haven't tried the gilding wax, you're sadly out of the loop. Okay, can you guys see all of that green on there? It is amazing. I mean, amazeballs. So awesome. And I want you guys to see it on the piece, so I'm going to throw it in here if I can get the door open. Because normally I put a piece of tape in there, but I did not this time. So we're going to see if we can jimmy it. All right. How about them apples? Okay. Look how adorable that is. Flipping awesome. I'm going to pull you guys down so you can see her up close. Look at that. See how great that looks? It has the same tone that our piece does. Now, how wonderful is that? That is what we are looking for. See how great that is? Now, again, you know, this is a display piece, but I have had a few people ask me, is it going to be for sale? Girl, let me tell you, just about everything in my store is for sale. So if you come in and you really like this piece, it's $175. So you guys see what we're going for here. We are just taking a little bit of our copper, hammered copper gilding wax, comes in these little silver tins, a nice little tight little lid. It lasts forever. I mean, I've used this stuff on half of everything. And it just lasts and lasts. And then we used a little bit of our green. You can tell I've used the heck out of it too. And that's all we did on our hardware. Now, I've got all of the hardware yet to do, but I'm not going to bore you guys to death with the hardware because we've got sweet little handles here. We've got sweet little handles there. But you guys get the feel. We have added our 5 colors of paint. We put 3 colors of gilding wax on this, and we put 2 colors of regular wax. And we're still going to put some kind of top coat on there. Now, how much of that was necessary? Paint. Top coat isn't required. All the silly wax and everything that I did is not required. But really, do you want to do just what's necessary? Are you that person? No, not really. You want to be the person that does this. It is awesome. No, I will not seal the hardware. I put my I put my stuff on there. I just put my gilding wax on there, and that's that, you know. I put the gilding wax on, and I let it sit for, I don't know, an hour or two. I'll probably do it tonight. I'll let it sit till I come to the store in the morning to open up, and that'll be that. I'll screw it to the door, and we're done. Now, I will take it back off when I get ready to seal my doors, but I've got several people that are planning to come by the store tomorrow to look at the piece, and I want it to have its jewelry on when they come to look at it. If anybody has questions, now is the time to ask it. Yeah, exactly. Work smarter, not harder. This is a great way to do it. It makes it easy. A lot of people like to spray paint their handles, but I'm not a giant fan of that. This is so much easier. It takes me a minute for each handle, and I can pull the tone of the piece together with the gilding wax. And that's really our goal, right? Why do I want to go buy a can of spray paint when I've already got these products here that I used on the piece? If you guys have questions, please let me know. I did get a question that I do want to address tonight. Somebody said something about my prices are slightly higher than Dixie Belle's. Yes, for the products, they may be a little bit higher because I have to pay shipping and stuff. But that being said, if you buy $50 or more, I don't charge you shipping. And on one of the orders that I shipped out today, she saved about 20 bucks on shipping. So basically, she got a free product. So if you guys want to buy from me, that's great. If you choose to buy from Dixie Belle, perfect. Amazon, whatever floats your boat, I'm here if you need it. Your local retailer is here. These sponges, I sell those. I think they're $3.99, something like that. So you're welcome to look around and maybe you'll find something you like better. But I'm going to tell you, these are great. They're very dense. They're very soft. They're very silky. And I have used the heck out of this sponge. And you would never know it. You can look at it. If you take one out of the box, it won't look much different than this. Because so long as you keep them damp, nothing dries in this thing. I mean, it's so much fun to use. Spray bottles, I can't imagine painting without a mister bottle now. I just can't imagine it. I used to use these from like the dollar store or whatever. They were splattery. These, no. These are just a nice, even mist. You have issues getting what smooth, Laura? If you have issues getting it smooth, you definitely need a mister bottle because the mister bottle dampens your brush without wetting your brush. Also, something else, if you're blending a big piece or you're base coating a big piece, do this. I sell these. These are lamb's wool blenders, and they are great. I mean, these things are awesome. They have a wooden handle and lamb's wool wrapped around them, but it really, they are great. If you've got a big piece to base coat or to paint, this is a great way to go. No brush marks because it's like a sponge. If you're having problems with your top coat, I'm going to tell you, you just need to use a sponge. If you use a sponge, and make sure your sponge is not goopy. I know, technical term, right? Take your plate or whatever you've got it in, bowl or whatever. I use these little cheap paper plates. Put it on there, and as you pick it up, just kind of drag it along the edge because you want it on there, but you don't want it sloppy, if that makes sense. So it is amazing if you do it like that. If you just drag it a little bit across the edge, then you don't leave your sponge sloppy, and it's great for putting your top coat on. If you use a sponge, you end up with no brush strokes. Yeah, Betty, lamb's wool is the bomb diggity. I'm just going to tell you. Bomb diggity. So if there's no more questions, and if the stupid storm would quit messing with my signal so that my phone would quit trying to find me, we would all be better off. If you guys want to see a picture of the finished piece, be sure to log into 44 Marketplace. I don't know if I'll get it up tomorrow because I've got several appointments. And those of you that are watching from Monroe, Georgia, I am going to have all of the new products and mister bottles and the Chalk Pro brushes. They're coming to the Cotton Depot tomorrow around right after lunchtime. So, Leah, if you're watching, your stuff is coming, girl. I promise. All the new colors, all of the new products are going to be in Monroe tomorrow. They were delivered to Byron earlier this week. If you guys want to come and paint a piece with me, I have 4 spots left in my Bring Your Own Piece class on July the 21st here at my store. And I also have 2 classes coming up on July the 28th in Byron at the Big Peach. So if you guys want to join up on those, hit up my Facebook page or look online at 44marketplace.com. Well, that's it, folks. I think my storm is just about over, so maybe I can get home and watch live PD. Thanks for watching, and guys, I really appreciate all of you guys watching me this week, and I hope you've learned something. If you have questions, please send me a private message. If there's something I've missed, please let me know. Again, let me throw this out there one more time. Color charts and how-to booklets, I'll send them to you. Just private message message me your address or see your local retailer. They've probably got them now. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a safe weekend.